Stopped.
Did we lose it again?
All right, we are back. Apologies for that. 4-0 is the score, and the technical issues look like everything was going to go well. We were going to be live, and it just didn't happen. They throw it into Chris, and she is blocked. What a play by Mia Kane. That's going to be an epic battle all night long. There's a Jared Marwig for you. Gauchos swing it around and looking to pull their lead forward. The Gauchos easily won over the Trojans last year. It was not close, but the Trojans have really improved. Marn driving, and I don't know where she was looking there. Threw it right to Emma Boland.
Emily Boulad.
Thank you. Know the players better than I do.
I know the players because I know the players.
Right back into Kane, and it's going to be a battle with Chris. Chris wins it. Nice purple uniforms for the Trojans, and a low-scoring start to this one. Chris, that's a long jumper, and that's not what they want from her. They want her to back down, but it's going to be a challenge against Kane tonight, one of the best players she's seen, and she really beat up on Novato in the fourth quarter. Just was not enough for the Trojans in that 48-42 loss. Trojans opened the season a victory over College Park 57-43. Jumper is short. Oh, Martin had that, and a good play by Trinity Merwin, who's only a freshman, to come in there, wrestle it away. She'll at least flip the arrow. And Martin takes a seat. Shireen Arakat, got her name right now, will enter along with Angelia Scacolosi. It's been quite a debut for Arakat on the varsity team. She's second on the team in scoring. She had a huge night on Tuesday night against Novato Bell.
Really? How many? Do you know how many points she scored on at the game in Novato?
No, she was in double digits. She's averaging almost 8 points a game.
Wow.
And 23 points so far in all their games. So
wow.
She's been huge. She's a very aggressive player.
Yeah.
She's got to the line a lot as well. But Trojans need scoring so far. The defense is strong, and it was against Novato, but they have to be concerned about an early drought. Merwin is fouled. She'll head to the line for two. And a very slow start for the Trojans offensively. And you can see that Novato game on our channel. It was live streamed. Gauchos will make some changes as well. Jordan Zajon on camera. She'll be also joining me tonight.
You know, I also think number 22 is a freshman, if I'm not mistaken.
Ashley Casper, also a freshman.
And there's one other freshman, Sophia Gardia.
Right. It's a pretty, actually, another one, Bella Blue. It's a very young Gaucho team. They're 10-1. I think I had the record wrong earlier. Great move by Chris. She somehow missed it. Arcot shows the aggressiveness, pulls it down. Arakat, excuse me. Costa open. She needs to pick up her shot. She is really struggling, the captain of the Trojans, hoping to get something going, but so far it has not happened. Costa open with a victory over against bad Northgate team, 43-34. They fell to a good Marin Catholic team, and it was close. 48-40 is the putback and one. And right away, you see the aggressiveness by Arakat. She had 2 3-point plays last on Tuesday, and she's just done it again. And then the aforementioned victory for Costa over St. Vincent's.
She missed it.
On Tuesday. I'm sorry, not a 3-point play. That did not fall. So Trojan's still looking for their first points on the board. And they cannot put a ball in the ocean right now. And this is a concern. They've had scoring droughts. They had it against Novato, and we're unfortunately seeing it rear its ugly head here early. Trojans' zone defense has been stifling so far, and Mia Kane's really been the only option.
Seems to be that Costa's moving quickly. There are players nowhere to meet them. Everything's moving very fast.
And Costa's out on the break. A strong finish there. That is what they needed. Some great Trojan supporters. Got some students who came out. And it's a spirited Egg Bowl atmosphere, isn't it?
I would say so.
That's what it's all about. Costa and Petaluma. Aggressive play by Chris, but Costa got it out of there from Dedrickson. 3 ball by Merwin. Doesn't fall. Dedrickson got a piece of it, and then Pate tipped it, and it goes out. Coach Ratchin in his second year, it was a struggle for the team last year. They were 9-18, but they returned 8 varsity players, only lost 2 players, and with some JV players contributing, this team has a lot of potential, Belle.
I would definitely say so. I think also all of them working together, it's kind of a new setup. It's, they have to work together to make the team work.
Pate tries a 3, and she's got it. And just like that, the Trojans are right back in it. They're going to call her foot on the line, and she can shoot the 3 ball, shooting 30% from the field, 4 points a game, but really a 3-point specialist, and just at her foot on the line there, but a nice long shot. Good blow-by by Merwin, couldn't hit. Scacalosi pulls down a board. And the Trojans only trail by 1 despite a disastrous scoring start to this one. Scacalosi doesn't score a lot of probing moves. She got too far under the basket. Then it hit under the backboard. 5-4, Gauchos lead by 1 here in the Varsity Girls Basketball Egg Bowl. It's always big when Casa and Petaluma play each other, isn't it, Belle?
Really is. No matter what game it is,
Yep.
We could even go badminton.
Yeah. It could be we could be playing chess and
it would still be.
It would be cutthroat.
Cutthroat Casa.
Yes. These teams don't like each other. Obviously, the thrilling Egg Bowl victory for our Petaluma Trojans a few weeks ago. As was Jordan showing us? Jordan, point the camera over here.
Jordan!
Jordan's going to bring the camera. Bring the camera over here. Jordan's going to bring the camera over here so we can see us. No, don't take it off. Just point. She doesn't know what she's doing, but she's doing. No. Leave it. She's doing a great job anyways.
Jordan, she's a great
She's
member.
very confused. You're good.
It's a nice shot of the floor right there.
Oh, no. Oh, what do you do? Plug it back in. I'm sorry you're seeing black right now. Our apologies. Gauchos are inbounding it. 1:22 left in the first. Matthew Kalemba, our producer, not here tonight. And it's always an adventure. Is it back in? Oh, folks, we're going to get it in a moment, hopefully. Gauchos light in, and there you go. Just missed it. Nice play. I believe that was Dedrickson. Am I right, Belle?
Who? Which
Dedrickson?
one? Yes.
14. They're not 14. Oh, it was 14.
Samantha?
14? Jason Gill, excuse me. Senior small forward. Her first points on the board. Trojans played in the Gold Rush Shootout last weekend, fell to Colfax, but finished successfully. Blowout wins over Summerfield Waldorf. And El Molino, aggressive foul there.
El Molino?
Yeah. So Eric Cat struggled, almost fell on the floor there. She will be a non-shooting foul, though. So it will be inbounded out of bounds. Shot clock resets, 25-second differential, and could be a much low scoring. Nicole Costa will take a seat, and she's got to find it. She is the team captain. The Trojans need her. She's right now averaging over 3 turnovers per game. It was a major issue against Novato. She couldn't score that, and she continues to struggle. And they can only go to Jaden Christ and Eric Hack so much. They need their captain, Nicole Costa. Pate, surprised she didn't take that one. They are forcing Chris to be outside the paint. It's been effective. Scacalosi battling. She'll head to the line. That was a strong offensive board there, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
35.6 to go. Scacalosi gets 2 at the line. And how important is it to have your team captain? She's really struggling right now for the Trojans. How do they help step up in her struggles?
I think they just have to try to encourage the team. I know she's having her own troubles right now. I think team captains usually have the ability to kind of take things into a different perspective, realize that there's other players on the team. That's why they're chosen as team captains.
She's certainly a great leader and
yes,
a great, charismatic, fun to talk to girl.
Yes.
7-5 as Scacalosi splits the pair. Quick 3 by Merwin. They try to go 2 for 1, and then that was tipped out by Dedrickson. Shot clock turned off. 7-5, and the Trojans really have not played good basketball this first quarter, and yet they are right in this ball game. The Egg Bowl last year is almost threw it away. Chris takes it aggressively and lays it in for her first points. That's what she needs. Mia Kane's not in there right now, and there's no one to stop her. Trojans fell 50-26 last year and were never in the ball game. That was at the PHS gym in late November last year. Clock down to 5. Shot clock turned off. Casa swings it around. Merwin's got to get one up. A little Tony Parker floater does not fall, and we are tied at 7. And the Trojans have to be pretty happy with that, don't they?
I would say so.
Are you switching with Jordan, or you want to stick here?
I'll probably switch to Jordan at halftime.
Halftime. All right, cool. So 7-7 the score, and I think considering the Trojans are really, especially offensive struggles, they have to be happy they're tied.
Yes, they are tied now, I think, just probably pulling it back together, talking to their coach right now, and she's giving them, she's telling them what to do and how to do it. I'm sorry to the fans out here.
Not
basketball.
A huge basketball expert. I think right now I'd get Jade and Chris involved. Talk to Coach Ratchin after the Novato game. He says, we need to go to Chris, need her to be more effective. Their offense exploded when they gave it to her in that fourth quarter, and they just couldn't come back as Novato kept on getting to the line there. But she can be a force, and if you do not have Mia Kane in there, like you did not have at the end of the first quarter, there is no one on Casa Grande tall enough or big enough to stop Jaden Crest.
Mia Kane definitely pulls the team.
So that certainly could be somewhere to look. Trojans have to be happy with their defense. It's been a good zone defense, and Casa's had some good ball movement. They have not been able to find any open seams. Great ball movement, and Ericat just couldn't finish. Good offensive board, and she lays it in. Shireen Ericat, that is just unbridled skill there. And she's only been playing basketball since the 5th grade.
Who, Jaden?
No, Ericat.
Yeah, she's been very dedicated.
Shireen also told me today that she is a 2nd-degree black belt in karate.
In Taekwondo.
Taekwondo, thank you. That's pretty impressive.
For as long as I've known her, since kindergarten, she's done Taekwondo, and so have all of her siblings, and they all have black belts.
Wow.
Yeah, she has
quite an Eric
3
Cat
siblings.
family.
Yeah,
Bella Blue, only a freshman center. She's 5'10", is fouled. Not a smart play there by Chris. She's gotta hold off. That looked like an easy bucket for Blue, and Chris got into foul trouble in the second quarter. In the first half, she had 3 fouls early in the first half against Novato. They had to take her out for a while. That was costly, and we keep on going back to the Novato game. They fell 48-42 to a really good Hornets team, and it was a big improvement when they fell by 25 points to them last year. And obviously, they want the same thing against Casa. You're just hoping that they learn the lessons from Tuesday night and can apply them to tonight.
Yeah, I think that using those, the things that happened on Tuesday is really going to benefit them in the long run.
Wow, Ericat spinning, twirling, and just somehow finding a seam to lay it in. Trojans take an 11-8 lead. She's got 4. She told me she was nervous before the game today, but boy, she does not look like it.
Definitely not. I mean, she's quick. She has a lot of agility.
Gauchos swinging around. Chris with the big arms to disrupt it. Catarazzoli battling, and there'll be a jump ball. And you are seeing a strong fight. Right now, the Trojans look a little bit more motivated. Gauchos have dominated this rivalry last 5 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Motivation is on the purple side. Shot clock running down. I don't think the Gauchos realize it. They are not going to get the ball off. Yeah, shot clock violation there, as they did not realize it was going off. 11-8. Oh, he's everywhere.
Never seen him.
I've seen him everywhere. It's Casa Grande student. He is everywhere. Some work in the shelters during the fire. Obviously doing good work. Travel there by Ericat, and good atmosphere on this cold December Friday night. And then the boys basketball Egg Bowl will be here on Tuesday, and that should be a lot of fun as well.
That will probably be much crazier, if I'm being completely honest.
It is a rowdy atmosphere, almost certainly. It was at Petaluma last year, and this rivalry's fierce. It's even more fierce with the boys basketball teams. And Gauchos won over 10 consecutive times in that rivalry. Trojans have taken the last 3, though. Ericat off the mark. And speaking of the boys basketball team, they have a huge one tonight. Semifinals of the Rose City Tournament up in Santa Rosa at Maria Carrillo. And they are facing Cardinal Newman.
Wow.
And quite a powerhouse are the Cardinals. But the Trojans with a nice blowout victory over Santa Rosa in the quarterfinals yesterday. And they should be absolutely fantastic team this year. and certainly will be the favorites against the Gauchos. We'll try to live stream it as Chris is off the mark. She's taking a lot of outside shots early here, but that's going to be Gaucho ball. As the Trojans will be the favorites, but the Gauchos are going to battle hard in that one. We will try to live stream it. If not, we'll do the same. It will be recorded, and we'll have it up by Wednesday. We'll let you know on Trojan Live in the morning if we can live stream it by Tuesday. Gauchos swing it around, and they're sort of in an offensive slump. But what a nice move. She just couldn't finish. Offensive board, and the Trojans can't allow that. When the Gauchos can't score, they can't allow second chances like that. They've got to remain frustrated. Dedrickson with the bucket there.
Griffin, why does it seem that boys basketball games seem longer than girls? Is there something behind that? Yes, I feel like this is going by much.
It has been
faster.
quicker. Not a lot of timeouts so far. I think they're
true.
both 8-minute quarters, so. Often do see more rattier gyms than boys basketball, and it's just the unfortunate reality of our American culture. And that one does not fall by Merkin. A lot of loose ball battles. Buchanan can't save it. Gauchos will retain it. Another offensive board given up. Trojans need to be careful, averaging 15 rebounds per game, which is up from last year when they were averaging 13. So positive, and it hasn't been too big of an issue, but they'd allowed a couple big offensive rebounds late on some missed Novato free throws. Really cost them. Bella Blue can't hit. And that's obviously not comfortable, was the center that far out in the paint. She wants to back down. Catarazzoli tried to throw it in. It was tipped, I thought, but
I don't think it was.
Gaucho ball. No one has ever complimented me for my eyes.
Who just did? That's so random.
No, all right. We actually have a now official live stream replay expert, Justin Langwell. Oh my goodness, what a crazy carom by Gardia. That one went off the side of the board. And somehow, and Justin Langwell, our official, what a save by Costa, but couldn't get it. Gardia the other way, and she lays it in. And just like that, it's 15-11. And more turnovers killing the Trojans, easy points. When we are live, Langwell will go back on the stream, and he'll with my poor eyesight, he will be the official expert. Oh, my goodness.
Justin Langwell?
Yes. We hope Eric. I have no idea what he looks like. Erica looks like she's okay. That one had to hurt. She went down very hard and still laid it in. So there is that three-point play we talked about. Wiping it off. She is one tough cookie.
What happened? I didn't see
that. She took a very hard spill after the bucket. Really laid out by the Gaucho player.
She's strong, you know. I mean, she does taekwondo. She's been beaten up. She's beaten up others.
Yes, when you have the black belt. Looking to convert the three-point play. Missed.
Hopefully she makes a good.
Yeah.
Wow, nice shot.
I was motivated. She'll come out for Chris, looking in pain, but Trojans will need her. 15-14. Gauchos lead by 1. And turnover's still an issue. Gauchos have not had that issue. It's been good defense by the Trojans, and Gauchos found a couple seams last couple possessions, but the defense has been hounding and tight, and it's been like that most of the year, even against, they played Colfax and shut them out for most quarters. It was just the third quarter went wrong in that game last Thursday. Marin pulled down the rebound, and Kylie Pate, the junior, re-enters. Cassidy Bacon in there for the first time. Christ in there, and Costa as well. The 5 in as we're under halfway until halftime. Costa, 3 ball off the mark, and she just cannot get anything to fall. Travel on the Gauchos there. It's been low scoring and sloppy so far, and it's not been not the best played game. I think the nerves, and there's still a little rustiness. We're still pretty early in the season,
exactly.
4th or 5th game for both of these teams.
You know, I think as soon as we get a few more games under our belts, we should be much stronger as soon as the girls can work together in a smoother way.
15-14. Under 3 to go. Marin almost lost it, and it was blocked, and then they just watched it. And Marin has struggled last game too. Has a really nice shot, but just hasn't been able to get to fall. Open 3 won't fall for Reese. Oh, is Sophia Gardia, is she related to Carter Gardia?
Sister.
Ah, going to different schools.
Yes.
Interesting. And Cassidy Bacon has just gotten her first points on varsity basketball. She had not made a shot all season long, but she just hit the jumper there. So that is good to see. And speaking of siblings, Cassidy Bacon has her younger sister Lila Bacon on the team. Good play to get into Chris, but she just rusted a little bit. Bacon pulls down the board into Martin, who's hounded, tried to get it to Chris, but the Gauchos knew where they wanted to go, and they read the pass well. Trojans lead by 1. We're approaching halftime. It's been a quick first half here. Apologize for not being live, but we will, if that one doesn't go, we will try to be live in the future. And great play by Chris, and yeah. Bella Blue, she looked like she sort of just.
Yeah, she scratched her
ear. Slapped Jaden Christ in the face. I don't know what that was all about. But Christ is all right. A little aggressiveness. Not a surprise from both teams. A light press, but Trojans break it with ease. And now they have numbers. Courtney Temple, starting point guard, hasn't played a lot. Pate was open there. They couldn't find her for a while. She drives in. And now we have double dribble, I believe. 1:19 remaining in the first. Trojans lead by 1. We expect Soaring will pick up at some point, but it's been a defensive affair so far. And Trojans were down and out early in that first quarter. They have been the stronger team here in the second, and the Gauchos have really struggled to generate any offense. Gauchos are swinging around trying to find a hole, and they do. But it just won't fall, and then Martin cannot hold on to the basketball. Martin almost 2 rebounds per game, but just couldn't reel that one in. What is it with Cassidy and Lila Bacon? What does that affect, you think, with sisters being on the same team, and they were on JV last year as well?
Yeah, they were both on JV last year. You know, going to practices and going to games makes it much easier, I would say.
Right.
I would hope that they, get along.
What's the dynamic on court with that?
I'm not quite sure. Siblings always competitive. So they're probably competitive about playing time. Lila's very good at basketball, along with volleyball. So
good effort by Temple to force the jump. It will flip the air. It remains Gaucho ball. Under a minute to go here. 13 seconds remain on the shot clock. And tiptoeing the defense there was Boyland?
Boulad.
Bouland. Oh, it's French.
Boulad.
Boulad. There is no N. See, I see things. 3-second differential, shot clock and game clock.
Boulad.
Boulad. We aren't sure. Apologize to Emily.
No, it's Boulad.
Boulad, only a sophomore, 5'5". Remain Trojan ball here. Tense, tight egg bowl affair here.
Oh.
I think it's fine. Yeah, it's still recording. Costa tries to bring it in. And wide open is Martin. She's not confident, and it wasn't a confident-looking shot. Shot clock turned off. Gauchos trying to take the lead before the half is over. Gardia gets it to Boulad. It won't fall.
Boo.
And now that will count. It wasn't go. Good steal by Reese. It will not fall, however. We have reached halftime. The score is Trojan 16, Gauchos 15. They have a lead. It's been an ugly first half, but the Trojans came out strong in that second quarter, and they have to be happy with the effort. And we're going to have a little halftime conversation as teams head to the locker room. And the Trojans are right where they want to be. This is obviously very different from last year. Gauchos crushed the Trojans. Trojans were never in it. Fell by 25 in a rough year last year for the Trojans, but they return everybody. Bell. You don't need it. Bell. You don't need to go up there because we still have 10 minutes, unless you want to. All right, Jordan will join me for halftime after a good first half for the Trojans, but they're going to have to hope to get Jaden Christ involved a little bit more. All right, here we are. We on us?
Are we going to end the camera?
Now we're on us. Did it turn off? Oh my God, it did it. What is it doing? It's just off. Is it connected? All right, we're not on. I don't know what happened. I mean, so many recordings to put in. It just wasn't in all the way. All right. Recording number 3. We're not live, by the way. We couldn't connect to the Wi-Fi. See if Matt texted me.
Wait, why aren't we live?
The Wi-Fi wasn't not strong enough or something. We just, I don't know, could not connect to it. I'll try again. In case by some miracle it works. Nope. All right. Okay. Oh, we're still recording. My apologies. We just disconnected there. We are still recording. All right, let's get in camera. Here we are. Let's get on camera, Jordan.
Ooh, okay.
No, this is scary. Your mic on? Yeah, it's on. All right, Griffin Epstein joining you here.
Jordan's H-on.
You recorded plays, by the way?
I did, yes.
Good job. All right, great job in camera in the first half. You'll be hanging with me for the second half, and it bodes to be an exciting half. We got a 1-point ball game here, 16-15.
It's very suspenseful.
Yeah, and it was a very tense first half. Seems like they were having almost a feeling out process there, and not a lot of scoring. Trojans came out cold, but they got going. Eric Cat, really impressive. Shireen, she had some nice plays, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. She made a lot of their shots. There was a lot of turnovers during that first
and
half.
Something that the Trojans really have had issues with all season, especially against Novato. Probably cost them the game against the Hornets. They've had 49 turnovers.
Oh boy, and they don't seem to be getting the rebounds.
4.9. Sorry, no. Okay, they have 49 turnovers over the course of the year. I believe they're averaging 12 turnovers per game, which is, you can't do that. I mean, it's just not acceptable.
That's way too many.
Yeah. So they're gonna try to cut that down, but it didn't happen. And credit to the Gauchos, they played aggressive defense, but just mistakes by the Trojans at points. They did get that offense going, and they cut down in the second quarter. If they're not turning the ball over, the shot's gonna get better.
Yeah, no, they're missing quite a big amount of shots, but so is Casa Grande. A lot of their shots just aren't going in quite yet. And
credit the Trojan defense. They played well against Novato. They have played well all season long. That zone defense continues to be very tough, and it is really causing a lot of issues for the Gauchos.
Yes, but they seem to be getting back pretty fast, and they seem to be on it most of the time.
Yeah, and some turnovers forced by the Trojans. They'd like to run more. I think the big other thing is with getting Jane and Chris more involved. You saw a couple times, but Mia Kane actually got into a little foul trouble there. She wasn't in. And that's where the Trojans need to attack. The Gauchos' plan looked any pass to get into her, get her out of the paint. The Trojans need to continue to play that game of cat and mouse. They need to make adjustments themselves, find ways to design some plays, get stuff, make some tricky plays, confuse the Gauchos, and maybe some stuff they haven't been prepared for. So the Gauchos aren't prepared for it. Trojans can get it into Chris because she's a dominant force inside. Even with Kane in there, the Gauchos are going to struggle. She scored 12 points in the fourth quarter for the Trojans against Novato. It was just too little too late there. So they need to get it to her.
Yeah, they really do. She could be a big asset to winning this game, as it is very close and probably will be for most of this game.
I think the one other thing, Nicole Costa, senior captain, continues to struggle turning the ball over. She can't put the ball in the ocean. She was averaging 7 points coming into the game. Last year she averaged 7 points, but only 5 so far this year, and she's really struggled the last 2 games.
And a lot of their shots seem to be going out of bounds or to another player, which is becoming quite a big issue.
So they need to get Costa more involved, certainly Chris as well, and try to work on that as we are halfway through this halftime. Trojans lead by 1, and the other factor, there's bound to be some nerves in that second half. If this is a 1-point game, we have a few minutes left. This gym is going to be rocking.
Oh yeah.
And we do have a nice crowd here tonight, don't we?
Yes, a lot of people came to this nice Egg Bowl Part 2.
Yeah. And apologies again for not being live, but this should be up a day after or so. And then you can check out all of the other basketball stuff we have. We're live at all the home games. So the Egg Bowl for boys will try to be live. I'm sort of doubting it. But again, it'll be posted on our YouTube channel the day after.
Is it Egg Bowl for boys here at Casa?
Here at Casa as
Perfect.
well, yes. And then we are going to have one more live stream end of semester. Trojans boys basketball team will be taking on Napa a week from
nice.
Tuesday. That will be live on our YouTube channel.
Very
It'll be
cool.
back at home in the home gym. So that should be a lot of fun, and we are looking forward to that as well. And the Trojan basketball team, as I mentioned before, they are up at facing Cardinal Newman tonight. That game tips off at 8:30. Rose City Classic. Should be a good one, semifinal. Newman, a powerhouse. Trojans are going to have a great test. Really improved boys basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
And moving away from basketball, the deadline for journalism was today.
Tonight,
And the
yes.
paper's coming out Thursday. We're talking with the co-editor-in-chief here. How's the paper looking?
The paper is looking almost done. I think it looks pretty good. Griffin was working on it all day with us, too. We're doing pretty well so far. What do you think?
Yeah, seems like it's going well. We got some really fascinating stories.
Oh, yeah.
Got Mr. Dakota on the front page. There's some very exciting news about him. So you're going to want to pick up your copy. Where can they get a copy
They're going to get a copy distributed to them during SSR.
if they're a student?
Yeah, but
Right.
if they're an adult, then they can purchase a subscription for $30 by emailing phstrojantribune@gmail.com and sending in a check.
Or you can go to your local downtown retailer, and while you buy their coffee or smoothie or get your teeth checked, you can pick up a newspaper as well.
Exactly. Fruit Motion always has copies of the newspaper. Go check out there. Buy a smoothie while you're there. Maybe
Pretty
a
much
bagel.
all your favorite local downtown stuff. It's all
Yep.
there. Yep. I think we distribute it everywhere except Casa.
Yeah, but maybe
Can't
we should
really
start
do
bringing
that.
it here. You know?
Yeah, they might get mad.
You never know.
Certainly the Egg Bowl is fierce. Both teams warming up behind us for the second half of this Varsity Girls Egg Bowl. Big change from last year. Trojans were blown out. It's a different team, and this team should be good this year. I think they're showing it. It's a good Gauchos team, and the excitement as they head towards SCL. They have a busy schedule. They're going to be at St. Vincent's tomorrow. They're at Maria Carrillo. Should be a good test on Tuesday. Next weekend, they're at Tamalpais for a tournament.
wow.
They're at Los Lomas on the 22nd. Busy schedule. League play starts on the 3rd at Healdsburg, and they're hoping they can win league. It seems like a long shot, but obviously last year they couldn't make the FCL tournament. I think realistically they want to make NCS. SCL tournament, would like to knock off Sonoma and Annalee, who have been those elite teams. So that will be the goal for them looking forward.
Sonoma and Annalee usually stay strong for every sport
Yes,
in
it
high school.
seems like that in most sports. Trojan girls basketball team has been down lately, but they're trying to get back up there under head coach John Ratchin. And the JV team has been playing well under head coach Sophie Bin. They're undefeated.
Oh, very good. Wait, who's your coach?
Sophie Bin.
Okay.
So we're going to head back up top for the start of the second half. And Trojans lead by 1. Low scoring. I don't know if it's first team to 30, but can't imagine that. But it has been a rumble and a battle of attrition. Appreciate you for joining us. And again, you can check out all of our other basketball live streams and road coverage all on our YouTube channel right where you are right now, along with football, baseball, wrestling. We got some wrestling live streams coming up, Jordan. Looking forward to that. You were just at the wrestler scrimmage on Wednesday against Casa, which they won. How was that?
It was actually very interesting to watch. There was a really big crowd of parents. It was almost surprising. It was my first wrestling match that I've ever been to. They just filled up the entire place. There were a few bloody noses. I think one person from Casa may have broken their nose.
Yes, it's a brutal sport, but the Trojans are defending SCL champions, and they return almost everybody.
Yeah, 2 years
Expect
in
that
a row.
again. So we're underway here in the second half. Martin's shot was off the mark. Gauchos under head coach Dan Sack, 2-1 on the year. Take back over. What a move by Mia Kane, but Trojans have done a good job silencing her. It's helped that she's in foul trouble, though. And it will be Trojan ball there on the loose ball. Yes. That's for the paper, folks. Go ahead. So 16-15. Pate driving along the lane, and Jordan gets the basketball. Well, she certainly was not expecting that. Just tried to take a few photos, and it was tipped right to her. A nice play. That was I just don't. Nicole Costa just off. I don't know what she's trying there. That way too high for Jaden Christ, and it hit off the bottom of the net, and turnover again. And Nicole Costa just cannot get it going. And Gauchos try to throw it in again to Kane, but again, they get her outside of the paint. It's the same thing, but a good decoy, good drive, and the lay-in by Merwin. Only a freshman. The Gauchos have some young players on their squad, Jordan. 3 freshmen.
3 freshmen?
Yes.
We don't have any freshmen on the
No.
Trojan team. Quite a few sophomores, though.
Yes, and they have been big contributors. No more than Eric had, and that ball bounced out of bounds, and the turnover bug is alive and well for the Trojans, and they just cannot shake it. Gauchos lead by 1. What do the Trojans need to do, Jordan, to stop these turnovers?
I think they just need to work on their passes a little bit more and make sure that they're getting to the person and really coming to the pass.
Hard-arcing 3 off the mark. Costa pulled down the rebound. Martin pulls up, and that was way off the top of the backboard. An aggressive drive, but it wouldn't fall by Merwin, who's been impressive, and then the offensive board wouldn't go. And both teams seemingly can't put the ball in the ocean. Another turnover. Temple loses it from behind. My goodness. Already 4 turnovers in the second half. And this is just the last thing you wanted for your coach, John Ratchin, but it is something they're going to have to work on if they want to beat the Sonoma and Annalise. But Gauchos are a good test. They're sticking with them with strong defense, but how long can it last? Costa can't hit. She has no points today, and I don't think the Trojans can win a game if Nicole Costa does not score. So they need her to find a way. 3 ball off the mark, and Pate pulls it down. Trojans just need to maintain their patience right now and find something. They've rushed a few, Jordan. And a Pate, and that was a poor decision by Martin. There were 2 defenders just waiting for. They're reading the Trojan passes.
Ooh.
And the 3 ball is good. Emma Reese, the 5'4" sophomore guard, and the Gauchos lead by 4. And the Trojans are right back into another scoreless drought out of the break. Martin is doubled, and a dangerous pass. They try to go to Chris, and the foul on Kane, and that's what she has to do. Get in foul trouble. That was not me and Kane, actually. Dedrickson in there. Kane on the other block, but Dedrickson, a big girl too, 5'11", actually an inch taller than Kane. Chris, 5'11" as well, the junior center, shooting 46% from the field, and she's pretty much automatic if you can get her some room in the paint. Leading the Trojans in scoring at almost 10 points, and very skilled athletic player. Varsity volleyball and softball. Splits the pair. And the Trojans trail by 3. Era Cat re-enters. A good tip there, but it was Bolad, who could pull it down. That went off the side of the top of the backboard. We've seen some shots woefully off tonight. Costa tries. It's a 2. It won't fall, and a good save by Merwin. And the Trojans only 1 point first 4 minutes, but they didn't score for the first 4 minutes in the first half and managed to get the game tied at 7. A good aggressive play by Weinberg, who has entered the game for the first time. Bella Weinberg, called up from JV, the power forward sophomore, 5'8". Poked out of bounds, will remain Gaucho ball. 17 seconds remaining on the shot clock. It's got to be exhausting for the Trojans. They have had a lot of time on defense with some rushed offensive possessions, all those turnovers. That has to wear down on them, doesn't it?
Yeah, they've been running back and forth quite a bit tonight.
Again off the mark, and offense just has not been happening. Pate, a dangerous pass, great pop fake by Ericat. Credit to Kylie Pate. That was a little bit dangerous, but she threw that one with authority. She was confident, and sometimes the problem, I think, for the Trojans, they just seem tentative out there.
Yeah, they don't seem very confident in their passes. So that pass by Kylie, that was very confident, and then led to Erica making the shot was good decision.
That one wouldn't go, and Trojans right back into it. Weinberg tries the 3, and it's off the mark. Good offensive mark by Chris. Oh, my. Well, she totally shorted that one. It wasn't even close, and she had a good look. Continued. It has been a quick-moving game. Not a lot of stoppages in this one. It's not been even an hour since we have tipped. But it has been tight throughout. Biggest lead has been by the Gauchos by 5. Trojans have led by as much as 3. It's everything you want in Egg Bowl. Tight and close and low scoring. It's similar to football. It went off the head of Dunker, and which is a good name for a basketball player, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, that's the best title that you can get. And
the Trojans will retake over. Now, why did the Gardia siblings decide to go to different schools with Sofia Gardia on the Casa Grande basketball team? Have any idea?
I'm not completely sure. I didn't even know that they were siblings.
Bell told me that they were, so it's interesting. You rarely see that sibling. One sibling goes to Casa, one goes to Petaluma, but it does happen.
I know that they don't live in Petaluma, so it's interesting that they go to Petaluma schools at all.
Trojans will swing it. Chris, that's not where she wants to shoot. That's way too far on the paint. She wants to be on that lower block, but that is where the Gauchos got her to shoot a lot in that first half, and they would like to maintain that. Good ball movement, but there just are no seams. Great hands by Erica. She rips it out. Oh, that was not a jump ball. Erica tries to get the help Gardia up, but the rejection by Sofia Gardia. Oh, we've gone black again. Apologies.
Right,
Gauchos have the ball. They swing it around right now. Line drive is off the mark. We're going to get that picture right back into you in just a moment.
She does a nice
and
pass to
hopefully you should see it now.
Ooh,
you can't.
Erica goes
I think
for
it should be able to see it. We are getting that back for you in a moment.
It rolls on the ground.
There we go. Okay, we have it back. Trojan ball, still 20-19 here. Apologies for the technical difficulties. 3 ball for Erica. It is good. It's a 2. Serene. Erica not feeling the nerves of this big moment. What a game she is having. She leads the Trojans with 7 points and continuing to play fantastic basketball as the gym continues to fill up with more people. This is going to be a raucous 4th. Blue can't hit, and that is great defense by Chris. There's nothing you can do when the player's that much taller than you. Great move by Scacolosi. Sorry, what were you going to say, Jordan, there? Were you going to say something, Jordan?
No, it's fine.
No, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say she got a block.
Oh, really nice move there by Scacolosi. Often see they just try to go up, and it doesn't work out. The nice Euro step to get around, take the contact, and then head to the line.
Scacolosi misses her first free throw.
And it's been a struggle from the field for Angelina. 17% from the field for the 5'6" junior guard and only 1.3 points so far, down from her 2.5 points per game last year. That line drive falls, and back and forth we go. Trojans lead by 2. Hounding defense, and the Gauchos and Merkin cannot handle it. And that aggressive defense looks to be bothering the Gauchos a little bit. We're going to see a timeout here by Dan Sack, and this is credit to this Trojan defense. They are causing all sorts of issues for Casa. Well, what does Casa need to do to get their offense going against a really aggressive defense for the Trojans that they might not be forcing turnovers, but there's just not a lot of room to move and run their offense for Casa? Have any thoughts on that, Jordan?
No.
No thoughts on it at all. You're not very talkative today. Is something wrong?
I don't know what to say.
Well, Jordan says she's a basketball expert.
I am a basketball expert. I played for her like 5 years.
It's pretty impressive.
There's a minute left on the clock. Currently, the Trojans are leading by 2 points.
Trojans, if they can just get a little offense going, it feels like they could pull away here. They have a little momentum. They feels like they played a little bit better basketball in these last 2 quarters, but they only lead by 2. Aggressive move by Pate. She's been pretty quiet tonight. A good game for Skakalosi. She threw that one away, though. Merkin was there, and just need to be smarter on the passes. It's been a really strong game for Trinity Merwin. She's only a freshman. She has been impressive, and Kane has really been silenced for the Trojans. Oh, nice pass there, and there is Kane. What a great pass by Sophia Gardia, and Mia Kane able to lay it in. Only 4 points for her, and the Trojans have done a great job really shutting her down tonight. Getting their hands in there, and a jump ball as Buchanan and Emma Reese fought for it. And actually, they believe that the Trojans got a timeout in before the jump ball. So it will be Trojan ball. There's a 7-second differential of shot clock Gamecock, and we are all tied up at 22. This doesn't show any signs of any team pulling away here. It feels like this could be right down to the last few possessions.
Yeah, with 29.
The rest don't want that, as we are getting informed, and not a surprise. As one controversial call or moment, and one decision could certainly impact this game. And apologies for the scoreboard cam getting moved. And we've seen that in a few football games of late, especially the Rancho Newman game with the controversial play with Jalen Ward and taunting in the NCS semifinals. Hope we don't have any of that tonight. And certainly the refs do not.
A nice pass by Skakalosi to Pate.
And that one will head out. Jordan fields it well. And actually, we have not had the scoreboard up for you tonight, or at least for this half. Apologies for that. There it is. So 22-22. Final possession here. Shot clock is turned off for the Gauchos. Driving by Gardia. Great pass to Kane. Better defense than Mia Kane has had so many struggles tonight, because the Trojans have just got hands in the air and caused all sorts of chaos. That is good. Oh my, Emma Reese at the buzzer. The 3 ball gives the Gauchos a lead. That could be one we remember as a turning point.
There's only 1 quarter left. What do you think? Do you think the Gauchos will pull ahead in the 4th quarter?
Feels like the Trojans really have been actually the better team here. I think they played better defense. And, oh, we're zoomed in on the dog. Well, we'll get back to that in a minute, but we have a beautiful service sleeping dog here. And Bella must have dogs on the mind. She had a beautiful dog that came in during journalism today. His name is Levi.
Oh, he was just the friendliest dog.
He was a very nice dog. As you were zooming in on us in the corner. There we are in our spot. You can stop recording right now. 25-22. Did she know the record button?
I'm not sure that she does. I think she
record button. You can turn it off. No, I'm gonna have a really long clip to download. It's gonna be fun. So the interviews, we will have interviews after the game with a couple stars, and those will be up on our YouTube channel, but they'll be live right here, so you can go to the end of the video and check those out. But I assume you don't want to be spoiled by who wins this one, because this should be tight to the finish. I think Trojans have played a little bit better basketball, but will that translate into a W? It's going to come down to this 4th, and it's come down to no turnovers. They get it by Merwin. They tried to foul her, but they couldn't. The coaches are furious on the Casa bench for no foul, but another turnover by Eric Hatt. Watch out here. Good play by Costa, but laid in, and all of a sudden, it's a 7-point game. It's the biggest lead of this game. Trojans really need to calm down here. And that is what Coach Ratchin is saying. Takes 2 hands. Says, calm down. Another turnover. Then she slipped. Oh, what a break there. Reese just fell down. But back-to-back turnovers and lay-ins after the 3, and a good timeout by Coach Ratchin. There were 3 plays there that couldn't have gone worse for the Trojans, and they needed to calm down here, because all of a sudden this is a 7-point game, and a few plays could certainly make the difference tonight.
There's 7 minutes left on the clock. The Trojans still have a fighting chance to get back up. They just need to calm down and really work on their passes and just being in the game.
Jane Christ has sort of disappeared again, and wonder, can they get her going? Kane's going to be in. It's going to be mighty tough for her, but the Trojans need to do everything to get Jaden Kristen, even if she can't score, that she's at least enough a decoy that maybe the Trojans can hit some outside shots. Oh, we've got more dog zooming in. Apologize for all that dog, but Belle's just, she's having her fun tonight. 29-22 and a wonderful Friday night here from the Casa Grande gym. It's the Petaluma High Varsity girls basketball team taking on the Casa Grande Gauchos in the 2017 edition of the Egg Bowl. Next year, these teams will be in the same league.
Right, because the league realignment.
So they'll actually get to play twice. Battle by Ericat, and they're going to call the foul on her. Just not a smart pass. I don't understand out of the inbounds how you get that, but that is what happened there. Trojans really need a stop here. Suddenly trailing by 7. This was a tie game with 3 seconds, with seemingly at the end of that quarter, but a 3-ball hit at the buzzer by the Gauchos. That might be the one we remember as a turning point. Pump fake by Merwin. She's been great tonight. And a huge key with Kane struggling, trying to get around Paris Buchanan. 3-ball is good. Samantha Dedrickson, the forward, coming out of her range and hitting. And suddenly it's a 10-point lead, the first double-digit lead of this one. Ericat loses it. Coach Ratchin screaming at himself. And now the foul on the other end. And suddenly this is falling apart for the Trojans. What has happened, Jordan?
The Trojans just need to get their hands up when they're on defense. They're just really letting the ball get by. They need to be getting to the person faster.
And suddenly confidence for the Gauchos building and getting something together here on the offensive side of the ball. And the fast breaks and the turnover is big, and all of a sudden down 11, the Trojans are going to need to start scoring, and they're going to need to start scoring fast. They can't rush it, though. They can certainly chip away, and they've shown the capabilities on the defensive end to really stifle Casa. That is hit. Both 34-22. A press here, hard press by the Gauchos with the Trojans turnover happy and a dangerous pass to Ericat. And then a foul is called. You almost lost it. Both teams with 3 fouls, so nowhere near the bonus. 6:27 remaining in the fourth. Biggest lead for Casa, and just indecisive by Costa. She didn't know where to go. She just sort of threw it up there for Ericat. And Costa's not scored tonight, and if she doesn't score, I don't think the Trojans can win this ball game. It's just that plain and simple. She's the heartbeat for them, and if she can't get going, it's hard to see how that Trojan offense can really get to where they want it.
This last 6.5 minutes, they just need to get on it.
And Kane inserting her will there on the boards. Lead is 12. Gauchos continue to press. Lead is 14 now. It's thrown over the head of Catarzoli. Costa slaps the four in frustration. And it went from a tight game to the sky is falling. And this happened in 2 minutes, Jordan.
This has been an insane game. They just put Chris in. Hopefully she can get some shots going up.
Trojans are not totally out of this, but it feels like the air was a little bit let out, but we'll see if they have anything left to mount a comeback. Still 6 minutes left. And Gauchos throw that one away. But they found their offense. It wasn't a certainty that the teams are going to reach 30, but the Gauchos get some turnovers, they get confident, they get out on the break, and they have gotten going. Erica and another turnover, and just looking on the baseline, and there's all sorts of greedy hands waiting to take that one away. Kick ball by Erica. Turnovers are really how it starts falling apart in long faces on the Trojan bench, and this is going to be a tough one to swallow for them. They seemingly had this one. It was going to come down to the last few minutes, and suddenly everything fell apart. For great defense. Ericat's going to keep on battling. She tears it out of the hands. They get it ahead to Caterzoli. Pate swings it to Buchanan. Ericat. And Chris is just swallowed up by Gauchos, but they do get the decoy with Pate, but she can't hit. Merkin couldn't handle it. It will remain Trojan ball. 5 minutes remaining here. Chris, that's not where she wants to shoot it, and that's what Gauchos have really done a great job. Credit to them on their game plan of forcing them to shoot these outside shots. Offensive board pulled down. 3 ball is too strong by Dedrickson, who hit a big one to get the lead up to 7. And now up to 14. Trojans have not scored in this quarter. This happened in the third, it happened in the first, and it just can't happen. Ericat falls to the ground. They've turned the ball over 5 or 6 times. You can't score if you're going to turn the ball over, Jordan.
Very true. Ericat seems to have turned the ball over quite a few times.
Kane lays it in. Suddenly, she started going in everything going right for the Gauchos. And this fourth quarter is, I think, how they envisioned this one going. And even layups can't fall right now for the Trojans. Caterzoli can't hit. Pate can't get it to go. Offensive board, Ericat. There's a foul. She'll head to the line. Well, a learning experience here for the Trojans, and they battled hard tonight, and they were right there, and they proved that they could tussle with a good team, the Gauchos, who've dominated them of late, but the offensive issues and the turnovers especially need to be addressed for them to go where they want to be.
Exactly. Bacon just went in for Caterzoli. She's been known for her speed and getting the ball down the court pretty fast, so hopefully that will aid the Trojans a little bit.
They hit both 3 throws, so down to 14, but Merkin's 3's off the mark, and it feels pretty insurmountable now. 3:49 to go, and we will have interviews, so stay tuned for that. Let's check out all of our other stuff on our channel. Besides sports, we got a lot of other stuff up there, feature stories and the like. Had a really nice show today. We got a special wireless camera, which we are using tonight as foul on the Gauchos. And really going to provide some cool amenities to the show, isn't it, Jordan? We saw it today.
Oh, yeah. It will allow the Trojan Live class to do so much more.
Buchanan can't hit. 2 points in 4 minutes. They had 1 point in the first 4 minutes of the third. They had no points in the first quarter. And through all of those droughts, they managed to be, with 5 seconds remaining in the third quarter, tied with the Gauchos. In some ways, they outplayed the Gauchos. They had played better defense. When they'd gotten their offense going, and it looked better, and the Gauchos had sort of gotten their points mostly on fast breaks. But suddenly they got Kane involved. You see it again. That was better defense there by the Trojans. And then a foul on Kane. But it became, there was a tiny opening for that 3, and that's going to be the play that we're going to remember, Jordan. That really changed everything, didn't it?
Yes, it did. It made the Gauchos get a 14-point lead with 3 minutes left to go.
The 3 was at the buzzer momentum changer and really electrified that Casa bench. They got going. Ericat, aggressive jive. Good pass into Pate. She can't handle it, though. Trojans are going to have to bounce back tomorrow. They will face St. Vincent's in the little bit of Petaluma round robin for the girls basketball team, as Gauchos beat St. Vincent. So if there was a full Egg Bowl Cup for all 3 teams, like it was the Commanders-in-Chief Trophy in football with Army, Navy, and Air Force, the Gauchos would win it. Trojans still would like to turn it around, get a victory against St. Vincent's. Well off the mark, Chris pulls it down. Most of the starters still remain out there for the Trojans, along with the Gauchos. Buchanan gets it to Pate. That wouldn't fall. She's struggled tonight from the field, and so many players have for the Trojans. So only 24 points on the board. Bacon can't hit. Tipped. Chris gets the offensive board, and she lays it in. Gretchen Watts a press. They trail by 12. Aggressive here. They'd see if they could force some turnovers and make the Gauchos sweat, and make it a free-throw game. Gauchos have been pretty good from the line, though, and that's going to silence it quickly. Bolad hits the jumper, and the lead is 14. It was a nice crowd, both a lot of purple and a lot of green at the big house and Ed Iacopina Gymnasium here on the campus of Casa Grande, east side of Petaluma, on a chilly December Friday night. 2 free throws for Buchanan. The Gauchos will continue their season against Sonoma Valley also tomorrow. And then they're facing San Marin at Middletown at Windsor. They're playing the West Coast Jamboree, which the Trojans played in last year. And then they start their league play against Maria Carrillo on the 2nd. And they're going to actually say no shooting foul. The refs have a discussion. And, well, they got what they wanted. They said, we want one team to pull away. They didn't care. They just not want a close game at the end. And that is what they have gotten here. There's confusion among the players and refs and the coach, but it's all for naught, and certainly some pride here. Both teams played hard in this rivalry. Bad foul. The Gauchos just need to get as much time off the clock, and now Chris will head to the line. The Trojans are in the bonus. 7 fouls. Be a 1-and-1 for Jaden Christ. Appreciate you for tuning in tonight, and thank you to Matthew for his help getting the stuff today.
Is it okay if I take a picture?
Belle and Jordan. Stay tuned for interviews. Chris gets the first. And it will be Lila Bacon who enters for the first time. Who'd gotten some more playing time, but not a lot today. The big 5'10" sophomore forward coming up from JV. As you mentioned, sister of Cassidy Bacon, and they're both out there right now. 42-28. The Trojans trail. 3 ball is off the mark, and then a hard battle. The Aircat won't stop. Jump ball goes to the Trojans. She was battling with Singh. A light press apply. Trojans trying to get it back to single digits here. 1:30 remaining. Varsity girls basketball egg bowl. Swing it to Bacon, who thought about it. Into Christ. Cassidy Bacon, well short, and then Chris couldn't handle that rebound. Christ with almost 7 rebounds per game this year. She's actually not super far from a double-double. Pretty remarkable stuff. Our next girls basketball live stream will not be for a while, with a lot of road games coming up for them. Will all be January 12th against Annalee. Will be a big one. And Trojans have some tournaments. Mentioned St. Vincent's and Carrillo's. 3 ball is hit, and that's the final nail in the coffin for certain by Bolad, who's had a strong game tonight. Jump ball. Gauchos take over.
We've seen a lot of jump balls this game,
yeah,
especially this half.
It's been that aggressive physical style and tense and throughout until the Gauchos suddenly pulled away, and we'll have a final timeout here, and the frustration by the Trojans. It came undone. We saw that 3, and it looked like a big momentum changer, and boy, was it ever. It really changed everything, and 3 at the buzzer, and all of a sudden 2 quick turnovers. It was a 7-point lead, and then it was raining on the Trojans, and they could not stop anything. There's the dog again.
The dog, just sleeping on
it's sleeping. It's not interested in basketball tonight.
Seems to be dressed in Casa's colors, though.
Yeah. It's a guide dog for the blind. We actually had one of those in journalism a couple years ago. So
yes.
They do a lot of good for the community.
They really do. We had one at my freshman year and my sophomore year, and hopefully we'll get one next semester.
Gauchos will move to 3-1 on the year. Trojans will fall to 500, 3-3. Just so I don't miss that next girls basketball live stream, be against Annalee. I think that might be Tuesday, January 12th. But boys basketball live. We'll try to be live at the Egg Bowl on Tuesday. Probably not, but we'll announce it on Tuesday if we go live. But don't miss a week from Tuesday. They will battle. Should be a good one against Napa. They faced last year and was a close affair. Should be a good test against the Indians. Chris gets the steal there. And that will be live. Be calling it on my other Trojan Live counterparts, so don't miss it. And then we'll have, I believe, on the 6th, more boys basketball live stream. They start league play. Cassidy Bacon, 4 points on the day. Hits another bucket there. Trojans will get to 30. Good steal by Eric Cat. That really does show the fight there by the Trojans. They're still battling, aren't they?
Yeah, 16 seconds left, and all they want is the win. With a 12-point lead by the Gauchos, it does not seem possible in this last 16 seconds, but they will not stop fighting for it.
It would take a miracle unlike any I think we've ever seen in modern history. It's time for the Let's Talk About This Game timeout, and a really daily affair, game fair by coaches. Gauchos lead by 12 here, and it was not, unfortunately, it was not the close ending we anticipated, but this was a tight one throughout, and a lot of positives to take away. The Trojan defense was strong, but Nicole Costa has to get going. I think it's just that simple for the Trojans. If they want to have the successful season they want, and I talked to Nicole, and she said, we want a league title, she's the one that's going to have to step up, and it's hard to pinpoint what the issue is. I think she's just lost her confidence. She's lost her touch with the basketball and passing. She hasn't been able to shoot, but...
And with only 2 seniors on the team, it must be hard for them to not have the chemistry really built up on this varsity team.
She has to step it up, and that could be an issue, is that some of these players haven't played together as much. Some JV players called up, and they don't have the same chemistry, and that can cause some turnovers and some issues, but not really any excuse for what we've seen with the amount of turnovers tonight. It's been...
And just lousy passes going out of bounds.
And it's just not been smart decisions by a lot of the Trojans. It's off the mark, and the Gauchos can dribble this one out. 43-31, the final score from the Varsity Girls Basketball Egg Bowl. Don't get anywhere. We are going to get interviews with 2 players of the game as the Gauchos take the victory. It was tight throughout, but they pull away in the 4th, and it was disappointing in the end. A lot to learn, though, I think, as the Nevada one, and as you head towards league play, it's obviously disappointing to lose to your rival, but the learning aspect is huge in things. Can we find no. Can we find the mic and the cable for that? We can get that later. Bell. Take the camera off first. Do not do that. Take the camera off. No, take the camera off. No, it's not. That's really a bad idea. So just stick with us. Players will head to the locker room, and then we will catch them once they get out. And then these interviews will also be on the show next week, so don't miss that as well. Where is the mic? In here, maybe. All right. We're getting the mic set up for you, and we will talk to the Trojans in just a moment. They do have to be quite frustrated. We don't need that.
Wait, then.
This one. And we will have interviews with you with 2 players. We will try to catch them. Hopefully, spirit's not too horribly low after this one. But they were in the Nevada one. They were in this one. It's gonna be tough to keep your heads up, and maybe good that they can get right back out there and face St. Vincent's next week, so they can have another game to get ready. And
the Petaluma High crowd spirit still seems up and hopeful for the next upcoming games.
Hopefully they can turn it around. We will see. Don't miss the Egg Bowl on Tuesday with the boys here in the home gym. Should be a rocking atmosphere. Should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. And we'll have the score Monday morning of the results of the boys. The Egg Bowl wrestling team off to a strong start. Girls soccer team playing really well of late, Jordan.
Oh, really?
Let's see.
Are we going to live stream any soccer games?
It's possible if we have a big one. We actually, I believe we're going to have an interview pretty soon with the soccer team, so we are looking forward to doing that.
Cool.
Testing. Okay. Can you get those headphones back on, please? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. It's not getting it at all. Testing, testing. Can you hear me? No, wait. Can you hear me? No. I can hear you before. Right. Oh, here. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Can you? No. Thought it was. Oh no, it's this. Is it that? Should just cut them all off. Not picking anything up. I can't hear you. I thought it was. Please. Can you hear me now? No. No. Can you hear me? Still not. I don't think it's going to be empty because that's not connected to that. Oh, there's a way to do it. And I thought it was right up in front. Into that? Yeah. It's not. Wait, is it on? There's no button to turn it on. Just plug it in. Plug it in and all. It's picking it up on that. It's on. Hello? Oh. Actually, since we're not live, we are just going to get the interviews, so check them out. They're on our channel by now, I'm assuming. Or if it's still Saturday or Sunday, we will have the interviews up Tuesday and Wednesday with the players. So just check them out there. That's going to do it for Griffin Epstein and Jordan Jajon, along with Belle Villarreal. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope to be live in the future. Have a very good night.